Hi, Instagram. Should I go get my headphones for Instagram? Hi guys. Thank you for joining. How are you? This is Lunchtime Stand Up with Kate Sky. This is Friday. Woo! Happy Friday, everyone! I'm also streaming on Twitch and YouTube for when we do some code. Oh, let's see. Oh, you see my every post. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm trying to post as much as possible. Hopefully provide some value, yeah? How's your day going so far? I don't know why my mic is... Okay, here we go. I think I got my mic fixed. Because my mic... I have a mic here for the other live that's on Twitch and YouTube. Because I want to do code after we do this stand-up on Instagram. So if you like to see some code, you might want to switch when we're done here. But let's share wins and struggles. Let's do it. How was your week? Who wants to share something? Put it in the comments. Give me a little plus if you had a great week. I'm having a great week, actually. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm going on a little mini trip with my family to Lake Geneva, which is like literally 40 minutes away from my house. But for kids, it's like a vacation, so we're gonna just drive over there and stay in a little resort and hopefully enjoy the swimming pool. Let's see. For some reason, the questions come in. Oh, okay, cool. Mohammed is from India. I'm in a little suburb outside of Chicago, Illinois, in the United States of America. It's a little town with no more than, I think it's like 10,000. I gotta look it up before I say anything. Anyways, so we're doing the stand-up to share wins and struggles. Put your questions in the comments, because I don't know, for some reason it goes into like the question thing and I have to like reach over and click on it. And it's because my phone is like behind my computer, behind my Mac. So let me see here. What am I doing? Oh, so what else do we have? We have an update. Oh, actually it's 12 o'clock. So we officially start right now. So welcome to Lunchtime Stand Up with Kate Sky, and I'm also on Twitch and YouTube, just because we're gonna do some code after this little talk. And I'm gonna switch over to my Mac and finish live on Instagram. But I like to start it off with just sharing wins and struggles. If anybody has any questions about being a beginner or you mid-level, senior level, it doesn't matter, because everybody has wins and struggles, right? But questions about Angular, C#, SQL Server, being a woman in tech, being in tech for 20 years, consulting, or anything in between, I'm here to help. I am a mother of 5 children, and I'm also a programmer. I've been doing it for over 20 years, so I figured why not share something I might know to share with the world. And also I'm really enjoying the live coding, and I'm too lazy to prepare these long talks. I figured I'll just do it like straight on live, and we'll just like play with whatever I want to play with. And today we are going to continue on our little adventure of doing GitHub search over at YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to watch me code, you go over there. But today on Instagram, I just wanted to wish everybody to have a great weekend. And I hope you join me next time on Instagram. If you have any questions, Aman, hi, thank you for joining my Instagram live. If you have any questions, just put it in the comments. I'm gonna hang around on Instagram for a little while longer while I start the code stuff, and then we'll just talk about the code. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Question again. Hey, add me. What do you want to talk about? I might have to add you. Do you have a question? Sorry, I'm not gonna add you. Thank you. Thank you for a nice comment. I'm not gonna add you because I don't know you. I don't know what you're gonna say. So we'll talk about coding, programming, and over here on my right is my VS Code, and I have a little program. So let me start sharing. If you want to go see it, go to Twitch. I'm in the United States. I'm on. That's where I'm at. Okay, display capture. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to, ooh, I did the wrong thing. So this is, I'm just starting like this live coding thing, and it's not that easy. Okay, so Aman, go away. I'm gonna block you if you're gonna continue to say goofy things. I'm a happily married woman, so here to share stuff about coding. Okay, fade. Okay, so right now we are back at my app component. We're back looking at this uncompiled code because yesterday I didn't do anything with it, and because I wanted to do it here. Well, Aman, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're very sweet. Okay, the only problem I'm seeing here is I don't have any chats from my other platforms, and I probably want to see them. So let me see if I can switch over to Twitch. It's probably gonna do some kind of Inception video thing, which I don't want, but okay, let me see. Okay, it's on mute. That's good. All right, so I have Dasha. Dasha was on my stream in Twitch. Okay, cool. So Dasha is here. Who is that? Who is Pretzel Rocks? Pretzel Rocks, hi. Hi. Okay, so let me know how's my sound, guys. I'm on one more word and I'm gonna block you. Seriously, this is so inappropriate. Hi Dasha. So Dasha, that's good that you're here on Twitch because I'm actually planning to end my Instagram live because Aman is going crazy because he fallen in love with me apparently. And I'll just stay here. Okay, good. So my sound is good. And anyways, I am going to finish Instagram, go over to Twitch, because this is where I see all my comments. There's also YouTube, but I don't see the comments there. I cannot like deal with too many chats here and there yet. This is like super new to me. So finishing up my Instagram, go to Twitch TV and look up Kate Sky 8, and it's also in my my tree in my bio. So it's like a top link. So go there. Okay? Finishing up Instagram. Bye. Have a great weekend. I love you. Okay. All right. So I'm back here. I know. This is so fun. Okay. So Dasha, since you are my dedicated viewer, this is gonna be for you, hon. So I wanted to do like a little grid data object from my service, because right now my service has this async call. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it. So somebody told me my fonts are too small. Let me blow this up a little bit. Yeah, GitHub search. Okay, plus. plus. Ooh, that's way bigger than I thought, but I think it's gonna be a little bit better for the live stream. Okay, how's that? Give me a plus if this is not too small. And it's perfectly fine for the size. Okay. All right. Anyway, so if you're still here, or if you're not here, let's just let's figure this out. So what we're gonna do is, what I wanted to do in this service, I wanted to combine all of these variables and do like a grid object. And the way I was gonna do is, I was gonna create so let me cancel this. I'm going to cancel the serve because it's gonna keep, so I'm gonna do private, read only, grid subject, new, behavior subject of something, because I don't have the interface for it, so I'm just gonna do any for now, and we're gonna give it a null as a, so behavior subject it's an RxJS observable type of thing that you give it a default value, so that's what behavior subject is. And since it holds the value of an observable, we don't want to expose it, because we only want the service to change it. So the way we're going to expose it is as an observable, and we do that by creating an observable. Let's call it grid data. Let's just call grid data. We give it a little $sign at the end, because this is just a notation and that this is an observable, and we are going to set this to our grid subject dot as an observable. And this is how you create an observable from the subject. Okay? So let's really quick create an interface for our grid data. And let's call it grid, let's just call grid. Ooh, export interface, grid. I think this is how you start an interface. Okay. So it's going to have the data itself. It's an array. So the data right now, we'll set an interface for this data later, but let's just do the grid interface first. So we have current page number. I don't know if we're gonna need it, but just looking from this stuff. And we're gonna have a search term here. Do we need a search term here? Well, let's just put it here, why not? Search term, well, let's forget about the search term because it's not part of the grid. We're gonna have total count, number, total count, and let's see, what else do we need here? Does it have more things? I want to have this more flag too, although you can kind of calculate it based on the total count and the current page and whatever, but we'll just do it as more records. Just do that. And it's a Boolean. It's like a true or false. Okay, so I think this is good. So now we can put right here. Okay, so you don't usually name your interfaces lowercase, so let's call it iGrid. I like iGrid because it says that it's an interface, and I'm also used to do that you can't do a null here. Okay, so this is because, okay, so now, because this is an interface, we can't do a null here. So if it was a class, we could do it. So if I were to do this as a class, then I can do it. Then I could do grid. And then I could do grid here. Can I do null now? What happened? Export. Everything got messed up. What did I do here? Where did I mess up here? Should be assigned to the customer. Oh, yeah. That's not how you, so hold on a second. Let's see here. What am I doing wrong here? Export class. So what am I doing here wrong? So if I do just a regular class. Okay, let's do this. Let's just do this interface. Can I do it like this? Hold on. Oh, I'm so messing this up so bad. Interface. Do this iGrid, and then we do export class grid implement iGrid. Can I do this? Okay, now it says I need to implement interface. What's the problem here? What is it not liking? Okay, so add undefined type to property data. Add define assignment insertion to property data. Add initializer. Okay, how about that? Okay. Is that better? Does this need initializer too? Oh gosh. I don't want to do this. I guess I have to. I think I have some TypeScript settings that are like making me do this. I don't know why it's making me do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't like this at all. Great. Why is it like being weird with me? Okay, so what is it going on? Argument of null is not assignable to parameter of iGrid, so that's weird. Interesting. Where's an ideas? What is going on? I haven't seen this before. So this is that's the problem. Maybe let's just do it Annie for now. I'll figure this out later. This is too confusing. We'll do the type later because that's defeating the purpose of this demonstration. Okay. Okay, so now we need to set this grid subject. Oops. Okay. So now we need to set the data of this grid subject to the data that we'll return here. We don't need to return this, so we're gonna do this dot. And the way you send the next value, you set the value on an observable behavior subject is you do the dot next, and then you can do. So we have data is going to be this responsive data, and now we're just creating an object that we're gonna send to it. Let's do it here. Just call it object. I'll put this over here. Okay, and then we'll put it over here. So so far we have data. What else do we have? We also have current page. We're not using this interface yet, but we can later. Okay. So current page is current page. What do you think about this? What do I want to do? From the response, so we can delete this count variable later. Alright, so what do we have so far? We have data, current page, total count, and let's set that more variable. Is there more? Is it set somewhere here? Okay, so our more is set right here. So if our response data count total more than 100 because their page size is 100. And we have a different term from the last term, then more is true. Okay. So what did we call it? Let's call based on this guy. So let's set this guy here. Okay. So I know I had a bug here. So actually we can get rid of this. And we can set this to void. So nobody expects anything here. Can we do it? What's the problem? Replace void with promise. Ugh. Okay, sure. How about that? Yeah, because this is async await, as you remember, async await is a wrapper around promise, so that's what that async await is. So it's always gonna return a promise, and I don't want to return any data, so I'm just gonna sort of set it to void. And so now we have this object with data that was returned from our GitHub get. Okay, let's get rid of this console. I don't need this anymore. So less term and term equals. So this is basically happens, so we can do this. See, I don't do any trim or anything with this, so this is really not the best. And also what I don't like about this whole method is the fact that, oh no. So I was thinking like as you type it's gonna update the list, but no. So we do it on the button click, so this is fine. So whenever our less term is different from the previous term, which on the very first try is gonna be different, because our initial value of the term of less term is blank. We can even do something like this. Can I do it? Oh, it doesn't like no. Why is it doesn't want like? How about 4? Undefined. Can I do undefined? I'll do it like this then. Okay, so for sure it's gonna be different. Because if you do like a term and it's like blank. And we probably want to add this here too. If term is blank, we probably don't want to. So, one trick I learned, apparently, if you do term.length to check for like, does it have any records? You can just do not length. That means there's no characters in it on any array or a string. So if we say not, that means it would be the same as if you did if term length, blah, 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 0. So it would be the same as this. I kind of like not flag. It looks a little bit cleaner. So let's see if this works. So not term dot length, then return, then return. Can I do that? Yeah, I should be able to return. Yeah, so if there's nothing in the term, and we probably should trim it, but I don't want to do it right now. Okay. Because you could put space by space and it's gonna still come in here. So page is reset to 1. Is more is reset. So let's do is more. We don't really need more up here anymore because this is a temporary thing. So we can do let is more. Fall. Okay, hold on. Let me change this music. I like listening to music when I'm coding. Do you guys? I think it's kind of cool. Let's see what this is. I just don't want, I don't want anyone talking in the songs. So bad. I just don't like people saying anything. Okay. Chill. I just do chill with that EDM. Chill music. Chill is good. Okay, so I don't know what pretzel. I don't know. So guys, I'm on Twitch right now, and I'm seeing my chat, and my chat says that I have Pretzel Rocks here, who is saying now playing Art Deco by Dominic Angelo Peterson, Francis. So I wonder if this is some kind of bot or not. Should I click on it? I don't want to click on it. Okay, back to our code. All right, so we're getting rid of this. We don't need this. Is more. We don't really need this either. So we can change this to use the logo variable. So you see, we're kind of just like putting all the logic here, and then we can. Okay. Also, count is not a variable we have anymore, so count equals 0. Now it kind of knows that if this is a boolean, this is an integer or a number in TypeScript. So you can define it like this, or you can just set to a an actual value, and it's gonna know what the type is gonna be. Okay, so let's see, we're incrementing page by 1 here. The problem with this is only if there's only 1 page of records. If there's like less than 100, actually we should do count is, yeah, more than 1. Then we should probably only increment the page if there's more records. Otherwise it's going to be just 1 page. So Control-X, Control-V, so we only can increment our page by 1 if total count comes back more than 100 and term is not the same as last term. Because if it's the same term, let me think about this. So if it's the same term, if it's the same term, I don't know why I did this end here. Let me think this again. Dash a code. You had to make a new count? Why? What happened? Okay, I see. Okay, so let me think this through. I don't know why I did this. So when do we want to know if there's more records? We want to know it every time our total count is more than 100. So it's going to be more than 100. Oh, okay. We need to know on what page are we on, right? Sorry. Okay. Not accepting calls right now. Yes, I think this is like not right. We'll see that this is not working later. We'll just fix it later. All right. So this is more. There's something going on here. We'll come back to it because we want to keep incrementing pages when there's more than 100 records in total, but we're also on the page that if you go to the next page, there's more records. So I think so we probably need to do like current page times 100 if it's okay. So we need to do page. So if we look on the third page, 300. So there's going to be more records than that. So it's got to do with the page number, not with all this. All right, anyway, so now we set our next value on the grid object. So now we are going to go back here, which is our component, and we're going to see that all of these different variables are no longer there. And we actually want to get rid of this page too. So right now this page, number of pages. We forgot about this number of pages. So let's add this to our service. That's actually going to be a good one to use here too. So number of pages is, so that's what we're going to have. This is going to be what we need. Okay. we're doing an object, so we're gonna do column like this. All right, so the number of pages, let's put it up here because I think we can use it in this if statement. All right. Except, put it over here. Because we need to, wait, our count is way over here, so let's move this count first. Alright, so now we have number of pages, because we just got our count, divided by page, which could be either page 1 or whatever page we just executed. And okay, number of pages goes here. Okay, what did I break here? I broke something. Oh, I put like this little if here. Okay, so let's format this so this looks better. Okay. So we're setting our is more to false. Our count is 0. Why is it scrolling? What did I do? It's like this weird scroll on my Mac. I don't know what it is. Probably the mouse. Sorry about that. Hi, producer Wolf. How are you? Sorry, I don't see my my chat right away because I'm like in this code trying to concentrate here. So count. We probably can just do count here. Yeah, we can use the count here. We don't need it up here. Okay. And I mean, the only reason why I'm putting them into these variables, it could probably even be const, because they're not going to change. Just like to simplify our code. That's all. Just so I don't have to put this value inside my object. It's just going to be cleaner. And actually, so now that we have number of pages, we can see, okay, so that's our if here. So if our current page is the same as the number of pages, that means there's no more pages. And there's no more data, and we don't need to do, so our more is actually going to be false. Got it? So we can do, so we just did a page, so we can actually do number of pages is the same as page, oops, just that page. Okay, and I hope this makes sense because page is declared at the top of the service, and it's the value is gonna live throughout the application. So we don't want this reset every time it gets to this method. So that's why we have this at the service level, and some of these variables are here in method level or function level. Okay. What's your experience with cybersecurity? I've taken a course on cybersecurity. I had to get certified for secure programming for one of the contracts that I worked in, but that's as far as my cybersecurity goes. Okay, so here we go. We set. So let me think this through. So if number of pages is the same as the page, oh, actually it does not equal, right? Or is it less than? Okay, so if it's less than, okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get this right. So if the number of pages, altogether we have, wait, is this number of pages? This page. Is this number of pages? Because hold on, number of pages divided by 1. I thought it was divided by 100. I think this is the current page. Current page is this. So this, okay, so this is what I got wrong. So this is actually current page. Oh my gosh, current page. Current page goes here, so this is, so So it's like, so if you have like 1,000 records and you're on the second page, so it's like 200 of 2,000, 300 of, so, right? I think this is what I wanted to do. This is the number of pages. This is actually number of pages. Number of pages altogether would be count divided by, I thought I had it somewhere else. Where was my, okay, so I'm so confused. What did I do here? So let's see here. What did I change? Where's my ceiling? I remember. Oh, there we go. Number of pages. Count. There we go. So I want to take this out of here. So this is my number of pages. I remember doing it somewhere else. So this is our number of pages. Okay. So now I know. So this is number of pages. Okay, so number of pages 10. If it's less than the page, then there's more. Okay, cool. So this makes sense. This makes sense now. So what's count divided by page? I think that's the current page, right? But why do we need? Because we know what current page is just page. Why are we dividing this here? Okay. No, it's a producer Wolf. Thank you for asking these questions about cybersecurity certificates. No, I didn't take them. None of them. It was an internal certification from the company. It was not anything like legitimate. So let's see here. Back to our current page equals. Okay. Okay, so to bring up my memory, let's go and look at our HTML. Maybe I will remember what I did here. Number of pages. Oh, okay. So this is number of pages, page of. So the other one I wasn't even using. Right? So this current page, this page. Now let's go back here. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. What was? Did I do this before? I didn't even do this before. I don't even know why I did this. Okay, that's good. So I can just delete this piece. I don't need this. I don't need this. Current page, I don't need. That makes no sense. Okay. So number of pages is actually, this is interesting. So number of pages is not really going to change from term to term, right? So we could probably save it, but I mean it's nothing. We can create another constant. It's fine. We can recalculate it every time. Probably put this into like a variable that you don't have to keep updating because this is the same. It's the same for the same term. So like only if the term changes. So we could kind of wrap this in the if, but I don't see any point in doing that. And same thing with the count. The count doesn't change and number of pages doesn't change unless the term changed. So we can kind of clean this up a little, but we don't have to. Okay, so, but this if now we fix, I think. So number of pages, if it's less than a page, then there's more. So number of pages is less than the current page. I don't know why I had that last term equals term. I don't know why. When we try it, we're probably gonna know. Okay, so let's see here. So this is gone. Oh, so actually, if you remember, we were going to make this private, and then I forgot to do it. Oops. Because we only want to we want to only use this variable within our service. And the same thing for last term. We don't need to expose this outside. All right. So back here, so page, number of pages, data. It's not called data. It's called grid. This is data. Grid data. Okay. So let's call this grid data since it's grid data. Okay. So what do we do here? So now we do an await here. maybe we can just do it like this now. Look at how much cleaner this is. I like it. And so this is Axios, right? In most of the examples on Angular, you're not going to see this. And we can refactor and do it the regular way, which is going to be more declarative. I will show you next time. But let's use this new variable that we just created, because you see all of these variables are now gone. And I don't know why I'm using this here. You don't need to use this. Okay, so let's do this. So we are going to use our handy dandy structural directive called ng4. Okay, and the way ng4 works is you create a temporary variable called anything you want. In our, actually, wait a second. Here, okay, so if we go back, I want to see where I'm going wrong with this. So if you remember, if we look at the app component, our data, the grid data is really, it's an observable of any, means it's an object. It's not an array of objects. So, and if we used our interface, it would be just grid data. So when we go to, where is our HTML? So we can't use ng4 here. Our ng4 is used here in app details. So here we're going to do ngIf for now. This is like a simplest way of doing this. And our data grid, and grid data is an observable. So the way you unwrap the observable in HTML, you use an async pipe, and now our grid data becomes an actual object that we can use within our template. And because our grid data has multiple properties, let's just put it into a temporary variable. As you see, we kind of use it all over the place there, and we will just call it grid data without the dollar sign. Okay. And now our grid data can be used here, and if you remember, we called it, I think, total count. I think that's what we called it. And this guy is going to be our page, right? Do we have a page? Let's check it out. Current page. We call it current page. Okay. So called current page. See, so this is the downside of using any instead of the typed object with an actual type, is you don't get IntelliSense, because usually when you do like a dot, it will give you a drop down of. We'll fix it. We'll fix it next time. And I can demonstrate. Okay, so grid data. Oops. Where's it? Grid data. Grid data. Top number of pages. Okay, so our app detail is a child component, and if we go here, it actually takes items, and those items are an array, for sure, right? So it doesn't like. I hate this. This is some TypeScript forcing me to do some stuff. Okay. And so in detail component, we are actually iterating through the array of those objects, and that's the ng4 directive that we talked about before. And this is now each item in the array is going to be displayed within a list item element, and you can access all of the properties on that item, like HTML URL, login name, avatar URL. So let's go back here. And let's finish our isMore, because our isMore still is broken. Now more and more, I think grid data is a bad name. You know what the hardest thing in programming is? It's naming variables, literally. Okay, so items, I remember we called it data. See, that's the problem. Why grid data is bad? Because data. So we'll just call this see if I can rename it straight in here. Ooh, I can. Okay, let's check this out. All right, that's a little better. I think grid is a little bit better name. Okay, so the moment of truth is let's see, let's compile this. Let's see if we do a build. So ng build in Angular 12 defaults to production mode. So it's like the production mode is going to be the strictest build that you can do in Angular. So if there's any errors, it's going to show up. Because sometimes ng-serve doesn't show all of the errors. Although I think I have the strict mode on in TypeScript config, so it should catch on ng-serve too. But let's just do it this way. It's going to take a little longer, but it's okay. Man, so we've been here almost 47 minutes, and this is supposed to be a lunchtime break for me. I'm just having my tea in my awesome cup that I got for Mother's Day. Yeah, coffee. I already had coffee. I'm probably gonna have another coffee. And Kate's got lunch. Thank you, Dasha. You're my number one fan. I tell you that. Yeah, I'm trying to cut down on coffee. It's not working. I keep going and getting more coffee. All right, so let's see. I think we didn't get any errors, did we? Okay, so the only error we got was our budgets went over the limits, and I think it's because I'm using Tailwind, and my purge is not working yet. So if you remember yesterday, maybe even if you don't remember, it's okay. I've added Tailwind CSS to my project just to give it a little style and a little what do you call it, responsiveness. And in order for Tailwind CSS to get rid of all of the styles that it doesn't use, it uses this other library called Purge CSS, and you need to set it up using their config file, which is right here. And it's a little tangent I'm going to go on, but just to give you a heads up that usually this is not good. Like, you want to fix this going to prod. So in Tailwind, there is this purge that I've set up, but it's not working. And I'm still working on fixing this, and I'll fix it later. Because there's other things I wanted to show first. So let's do ng-serve. Let's see if our search actually works, because we've been doing code, but we didn't really... No, yeah, it's the purge stuff, I didn't figure it out. Although I did get a response from Duncan on how he did it for his project, so I'm gonna try it later. I haven't had a chance to try it. People are so useful and helpful on Twitter. It's amazing. Like, you have a question, but you gotta be friends with these people. Like, you actually have to follow Angular GDEs or Google GDEs, Google Developer Experts, and they're like, you follow them, you ask them a question, you follow them long enough, they're gonna start answering your questions. They don't do it right away, but they do. Like, they really help you. All right. Oh, Dasha, you like this better than Instagram? I know, Instagram is, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna still continue to do Instagram live, like in the beginning, just to let people know that we're going over here and do coding, because I was trying to do like Instagram streaming with my computer, and it didn't work because I think Instagram just doesn't like that kind of streaming, and it blocked my screen, and it didn't work. And there's only one streaming service that provides it for Instagram, and it's Lula TV, the one I used, and it really, yeah, it bumped. It didn't work. So I think this is better. So we'll do little wins and struggles, stand up on Instagram, and then we'll go straight here. All right. So it looks like our localhost 4200 is up and running. So let's see if we can click on it. Click on it, and it's going to open. Alright, so it's opened, but in the wrong window. We're going to drag it over here. Okay. So hold on, let's see. So what are we doing here? I know there is something like that. Alright, so it didn't work. I wonder why. So what do we do? So this is going to be a real live debugging. Inspect. Let's see if we get any errors. We got no errors. Interesting. Well, we didn't do something right. Oh, I know what the problem is. Oh my gosh. So this is Observables 101. This is so fun because here's what we did. We just did a major problem, a major problem here. So if you see this ngIf is a structural directive that is going to completely hide this div. It's not going to exist in our DOM because if you remember, our grid data observable has an initial value in our service of, do you remember what it is? Of null. So that is definitely not going to show anything. So if we want to have something on our page, we need to either move out our ngIf into way down under our input box in our button, or do something else. So let's fix this. Where's my? Okay, so here, so our term is here, our button is here. Okay. So what do we do here? I think the best thing to do is probably the easiest thing to do. Just to wrap this up, let's do this. Let's just give this an initial value. Just because it's the easiest thing to do. And then we can think later what we can do. And the way we're going to do this is we are just going to copy this beautiful object over here. And we're going to get rid of this data because it's just an array. Our current page is 0. Our total count is 0. This is false. Number of pages. Oops. Sorry about that. Number of pages is 0. Alright, so what's happening here? Okay, I need to give it a this. So we created initial value. We're going to make it private because we don't want anyone to get to it outside of this service. Let's format our beautiful document so everything lines up. And I think it's going to work this time. Okay, somebody on Twitch is asking me if I want to become famous. Buy flowers, primes, and view. Oh, buy followers. Oh my gosh, why would I want to do that? No, thank you. This is so funny. Oh, bots. Okay, and you think Pretzel Rocks is also a bot? Because this is so confusing to me. All these chats on here. Okay, cool. So it's like for you guys to click. Like if I have somebody on my stream, they would like click on it, right? All right, let's go back to our page. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see if we do refresh. Why I have like some console errors? Oh, because I'm preserving my logs. Okay. Okay, nice and clean. All right. Okay, the moment of truth. Does this work? Okay, clicking search. Yeah, it returned 20,000 records, but we don't see any pictures. Oh my goodness, let's see what's going on here. Well, we have 2 console errors, and only arrays and interval are allowed. So I think what we did wrong, I think we didn't pass the array into our details. So let's go here, and let's go and see what is wrong with our data. Just click on here real quick. Alright, response, that data. Oh, okay. So response.data actually has items. Okay, so that's what we need to fix. So if you look at the response from our Axios, it has data object, but this data object has a bunch of different properties. So it's an object and it has a list of items. And instead of passing these items into our details component, we pass in the data. So let's fix that. Okay, really quick, and that should be it. I think it's gonna be it for us. So items. Okay. Maybe eventually I'll learn how to do this, right? Beautiful. GitHub search. There it is. Okay. This is probably super small. Okay, search. Oh! Okay, something's happening. Yay! Okay. So the yes, yeah, it is. So the lesson of this of all this life is you could spend an hour changing your code, and then it's gonna produce the same result that you had with just bad code. So it doesn't matter, bad code, good code, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna work, but let's see how much cleaner our code is, because I'm all about clean code. Thank you, Dasha, so much. You're so sweet. Okay, so, and the way we're going to see this, if we go to our changes, so first we'll look at our component. Not much of a difference. I mean, instead of some of the variables, we're just using this observable. Okay, let's go to component. Okay, this is where the beauty comes in. We deleted all these different variables and replaced them with just one observable from our service. Okay, so our service had a little bit of a cleanup. The number of things that were replaced, our code is longer just because of this object. It takes a couple of lines of code, but we got rid of some of the bugs, I think. We're not going to test it today just because we're coming up on 1 hour. I don't want to take it too long. And our details is nothing but a change to an array, just so you can't pass it anything stupid. So yeah, that's it. I mean, it's and I just wanted to demonstrate how observables clean up your code and how you can become friends with it, because you are going to need to know how to do this. Because if you're going to be an Angular developer, this is very useful. All right. So till next time. So today's Friday. We're going to have a fun weekend. It's a Memorial Day weekend in United States. So I'm taking a 3-day weekend, going on a lake with my family. So I hope you also enjoy your weekend. Spend time with your family, because that's the most important thing in your life. Okay? And until next time, thank you so much for being with me. Love you. Bye. Just need to figure out how to close everything. Where's my OBS? I can't find my OBS. Eventually I'll close this. Yeah. I can do that. Okay, music is off. That's good. What's next? Oh, there it is. Okay. Finally found my way to stop streaming. Bye. Love you.